Welcome to You Make the Difference. I'm Wanda Walker, and today I'm talking to Gina Langston, who is the Marketing Director for Chick-fil-A on Lafayette Parkway.
Correct.
Welcome to the show, Gina.
Thank you, Wanda. I appreciate it.
We're going to talk about Windshape Camp today.
Yes.
It's coming up June 13th through the 17th.
Correct.
It's going to be at Lafayette Christian School.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell us who can go to that camp.
Well, anybody that is a completed first grade through sixth grade can come to the camp. Any denomination, any church, we welcome all children to come and join us for camp. So it's a wonderful experience for the kids.
And that day camp, it is so awesome, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
It is a full day of activities and fun and outdoor and indoor and snacks and lunch and, you know, just water balloons and all kinds of fun for the kids. So
yes, and what I love about it is that Windshape sends counselors here, college students who are excited about camp, and a truckload of things that are fun for children to do.
Yes.
Yes, and so we just come together and have a great time that week.
Yes.
Tell us about some of the things that it offers, some of the skills that the children can choose to be a part of.
Yeah, well, there are over 19 skills listed on the website when the children register, and it includes anything and everything from science and crafts and sewing and cooking to basketball and flag football and cheerleading, and they encourage life skills like learning how to do communication with your TV and your radio. They do a lot of that in camp, broadcasting. They also do I'm trying to think, they have construction where they do service, and they do like incognito service throughout the camp, so they learn how to do that. You know, just it's a heart thing more than a recognition thing. So it's a great set of skills that they can pick. It
really is. And so the children choose which ones they want, and
they can pick up to 6, and they will do 3 skills throughout the week.
Yes.
Throughout the day, Monday through Thursday of the camp week.
Yes, and I brought a list of the skills. I just wanted to talk about them just a little bit. I know that they offer archery.
They do, yes.
Yes, and that's
a popular one.
That is. And then they have fast food, and they do very creative dishes.
They do, and that's a fun one because they learn how to prepare dishes, and then at the end they have a little competition where they have to create their own dish, and they kind of get judged among themselves. So they learn how to prepare healthy dishes for their families and for themselves. And, and it's food they enjoy, of course.
Yes, so. And there's Wacky Science.
Wacky Science is a very fun. My son is very excited about Wacky Science because they learn about little experiments, and they do things because they're at a school. They have access to, you know, a little bit of a classroom setting. So they do fun experiments with their counselors and things like that. So.
Yes, and then they have lacrosse.
They do. I'm not sure if they offer that one here at our camp, but I know that especially in other camps they do offer lacrosse. So.
And they do Girls World.
They do, and they also have Boys World, and that's more of skills specific for girls, and those are usually older children that can sign up for those. They're usually 5th and 6th graders that can sign up for those skills.
Yes, and in Man's World, I know they practice shaving and other things
they do.
Their man needs to know about.
They prepare them with life skills. And for some children, that's something that they don't have at home, access to at home, because they're missing one of their parents in their home environment. So it's a great way to encourage that and help those children with those life skills.
Yes, and they do a lot of yard games. I know they do flag football.
They do. They have soccer. They have basketball. They have cheerleading. I think that. Yeah, so it's a lot of fun games for the kids.
Yes, it is.
It's a hot summer, so it's fun to have them outside.
and like you were talking about with the TV, they do musical theater. And so they let them participate. And
they do. They also have a dance one where they can practice different dances and show the kids the cheerleading. You know, they learn how to perform, which is a fun.
Yes, and we've done some taping here of the Windshape camps, and it's really fun to go in and see them doing their cheers and those kinds of things. And you were talking about secret ops, where they sneak around in the camp and perform acts of kindness.
Acts of kindness and acts of service, exactly, for the different campers and the counselors and the staff and the volunteers and things like that. So,
and they try not to get caught or discovered. So it's really a lot of fun for the children.
It is.
Okay. And how do the parents register their children for camp?
Okay, well, registration is already open. It opened back in March, and they just go to the website, windshape.org, and they'll have a link there to go through, and they just access the website through you know, a username and a password.
Yes.
And so that's the easiest way to register. And in the website, they can go ahead and pick the skills for their children. There's also, the website has all the medical forms and all the information that they need to add for the children, contact information and things like that for camp. So it's all right there on the WinShape website.
Yes, and that's where volunteers go to register also,
yes,
isn't
that
it?
is also the place, exactly. And I think that one is just, you add a slash and volunteer to the end, and it'll take them directly to the volunteer link. And with volunteers, they just need to make sure they're 16 years old, and they just can sign up, and they can even pick, as a volunteer, they can pick what, you know, where they would prefer to volunteer.
Yes.
If they have a specific skill that they would like to have used in the camp, and so if they register by May 18th, they are guaranteed a T-shirt also for the volunteers.
And May 18th is coming up soon.
It's coming up. It'll be here before we know it.
Yes. And I just want to emphasize to the parents too that when they sign up their children, it is very important that they fill out those medical records.
Yes, it is. Yes. And that's important information they need to have. And I think if it's not completed before, they will have those at registration on that first day of camp to make sure that all that information is set before the kids start camp. So,
yes, yes. Yeah. And one thing that I like about our camp is that we reach out and try to serve children who even have special needs.
Yes.
And may not get to go to other camps, but we make an extra effort to make sure that they can go to the WinShape camp.
And there are scholarships based on need available for our camp as well. So those are our organizer in charge of volunteers is Beth Smythe at First Baptist.
Yes.
And so you just contact her through her email, and she would be willing and able
she's
to.
Located at the First Baptist Church.
She is, and her email is beth@fbclagrange.org.
Good.
So.
Yes. That is great. I was going to try and give her phone number, but I'm afraid I might not do it.
Yes, I think you're right. We don't.
Okay, so yes, contact Beth, and we'll put her email address up on the screen so people can have it.
Yes.
Now, tell us about the Galaxy that WinShape Camp has added.
Well, this is
year.
a fun addition for our campers. A lot of the campers finish the WinShape and then want to keep going, but it's through 6th grade, and so they're really sad that they can't. You know, we have campers that have been there since 1st grade, and they want to keep going. So, and they end up volunteering when they get older. So this is for middle school age children, and it is completed 7th through 9th grade, and it is basically a continuation of what WinShape was for the younger ones, but it's more based on their age. So more life skills that are appropriate for that age, things that the kids are going through. I think there's a little less playtime, a little more serious time, you know, more study time and things like that. But it is a small camp. They only accept 30 kids.
Oh, wow.
So it's a first come, first serve. It's the same price. It's $204, the same price as the WinShape camp. But it is a much smaller group.
And don't they develop leadership skills?
They do. They're more focused on leadership skills, yes.
So that is great. Yeah. Okay, tell me, I know there's a fun day, Friday fun day.
Yes.
Tell me what happens
the Chick-fil-A family fun day. Well, on Friday, Chick-fil-A provides lunch for all the parents and their kids at camp. And it is just very much of a recap of camp, and it gives the parents an opportunity to come and watch what their kids have been doing all week. They have a big event which is called triangulation, which is they divide the kids in tribes, and so the tribes do all these activities, you know, in the triangulation, and that's apparently very fun to watch and to be a part of. They also have a decorate your car family, so the families can bring their cars and the children decorate their family cars, and then it's a contest. You know, they win a special Chick-fil-A prize, and so it's a very great day to include parents as part of the camp, and they love it. And it ends a little earlier that day. It ends at noon after lunch, but I think the kids are tired and ready to go home. So it's a great way to include parents. They have a big parent meeting. The counselors meet with the parents so they can kind of explain what's been going on, and the kids still partake in camp experience, you know, while the parents are there. So
Yes, and the whole family gets free Chick-fil-A.
Yes, they do.
Which is awesome. And then we added something about how children could get even Chick-fil-A during the camp week.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Well, Monday through Thursday, all the children bring their own lunch, but they also have the chance to register for Chick-fil-A meals for $5 every day. So on Monday, when they come in the first day of camp and they register, they can sign up for however many meals they want, and they go ahead and prepay for them on that day. And then we will bring the meals every day for that number of campers that have paid for their meals. So it's $5 a day for lunch. And then we will, but you have to register on Monday.
Right.
You can't do it any other time of the week because we have those counted meals that come just for the people that have paid for them. So.
Yes, and then if Chick-fil-A, if the parent doesn't want to do Chick-fil-A, then they send a sack lunch.
They can just bring their own lunch, yes.
Yes.
And the camp will provide snacks for the children during the day, but the lunch they have to bring from home or buy it from Chick-fil-A.
Yes. And do the children get T-shirts or anything at the camp?
They do. They all get a T-shirt according to whatever tribe they're part of.
Okay.
And then there's a camp store that is open before camp starts and after camp ends. So a check-in and a check-out, where they have souvenirs and bandanas and flags and all pens and lanyards and sunglasses, all kinds of fun activities with the WinShape logo and all the different things that they do at camp. So that's available for campers and parents, but it's only open before and after camp, so kids don't go during.
Yeah.
So they're focused on camp and not on the buying at the store.
And also every day they have chapel, don't they?
They have worship, yes.
Yes.
They have worship every day.
And that is really cool because the counselors lead that, and it is really fun and peppy and a really good experience.
Yeah, it's
for
fun
the children.
because they have like a wake-up session after the kids check in the morning. They kind of get them all going, you know, with some songs and some activities, and then they start their daily schedule. And then after, I think it's right before lunch or right after lunch, they have a worship time where they can, you know, do that with the counselors.
Yeah, and it's really impactful for the children.
Yes.
Yes, and then I know they're given an opportunity later in the week to make a decision to accept Christ.
Yes.
And that is a really special day.
It is, and that's a huge thing for a lot of these kids.
It really is.
They've never experienced that.
Yes, and it's really neat to have the children come to you and express their appreciation for helping them in their decision to follow Christ.
Oh, yes. I mean, that's heartwarming.
Yes. Well, how did WinShape Camp get started in Troup County?
Well, WinShape Camp got started in 1985 originally by Mr. Truett Cathy and at Berry, at Berry College, and that's the initiation of WinShape. But it was in 2012 is when our first camp was here in LaGrange, and it was at Western Heights. And it was about 302 campers got started, and it was a big camp, and it was a huge success. And so after that, they had it a few years there, and then I want to say 2 years later, in 2014, is when they moved it to Lafayette Christian. And it has been soaring since. We have an average of 300 campers every year that come in and enjoy the best week of their lives, and have a great time and enjoy and have fun. So. Yes,
and LaGrange has done a really good job with WinShape Camp.
Yes, they really have.
And one of the things that they have done, which we really love, is that they have scholarships for children who need assistance so that they can go to camp. And even WinShape has changed the way that they promote it and recruit people to come to camp.
Yes.
And a lot of communities now are not just putting it out there for the children who can't afford it. They are fundraising and providing scholarships.
Yes.
And I know we have a letter that came from WinShape about our camp, and so we wanted to read a little bit of that letter for the audience.
It says, there is something special happening in the community of LaGrange, and you have been a massive part of it. Western Heights Baptist Church and the leadership team working with WinShape Camps has revolutionized the scope of our ministry. Our office believes that the Lord gave Greg Brown a vision to reach his community through a Luke 14 banquet of inviting the poor, crippled, lame, lost, and broken first. And that actually happened, as you are all well aware. What he and our team probably didn't know at that time is the extent that the vision would reach. At our host rally conference, where 72 communities came in to be trained on how to execute wind-shaped camps in their town, we developed the theme of Lead Together. This was something that our home office team spent significant time thinking and planning. One of the main shifts this theme brought was training a specific person on every leadership team that hosts camp to be the scholarship coordinator in their community. We had never trained like this before, and the influence of LaGrange's camp was a large contributor to this new training model. And so it's really neat to think that, you know, from them seeing what was done here in LaGrange with WindShape, that they have changed the model, you know, for how they train and how they bring about leaders and how they help other communities establish, you know, and bring forth WindShape camps in their towns. And that's huge for our little town. I'm so proud. I'm not from LaGrange, but I'm proud to live in LaGrange.
Yes, and you know, I love that LaGrange gets recognized for different things, and a lot of things. Yeah. And I know that when Greg was starting the camp, when he came back to LaGrange, he knew he was going to have a lot of support. Yes. And so we do have businesses that support us. Who are the businesses that are behind WindShape Camp?
Well, obviously Chick-fil-A is a big, you know, our two local stores are big supporters, and we do a lot here. We also have Charter Bank has joined in this year as a big supporter of camp. And you know, Chick-fil-A hosts the Connect Series Chick-fil-A race every year, and that all the proceeds from that race go towards funding scholarships for camp. Yeah. So we had almost 300 runners this year. So everything that, you know, all our sponsors for the race, Mike Patton Auto and Emory of LaGrange are two big sponsors. Yes. And we also had Go Realty this year join us as a sponsor. And everything that they provided as sponsors for the race goes all towards WindShape. So it's a huge, you know, boost for our community to know that these great companies and great businesses and family businesses are supporting, you know, all these other families and all these kids that want to grow and learn and, you know, learn about Christ and grow in their faith and, you know, just keep on coming back every year. So.
Yes, and this is a way that Chick-fil-A and WindShape Camp have really encouraged the churches in the community to reach out to the unchurched. Yes. And I love how, you know, Chick-fil-A has a following of people that are churched and unchurched. And so it allows us to coordinate and get the benefit of that in the churches. Yes. Yeah, and so who are the churches that are really sponsoring this and bringing it about in our community?
Well, we have a few churches that are sponsoring, but obviously it's not limited. The people who attend camp are not limited to members of these churches. This year, our biggest sponsor or supporter is the First Baptist Church, who are kind of manning the volunteer part of the camp and organizing all that. Western Heights, which has been from the beginning, you know, on board. We have Baptist Tabernacle as well. We have Sovereign Grace and
New Community.
New Community. I knew I was forgetting one. New Community Church is the other one that is. Those are the five, you know, I guess. I don't want to say principal churches, but the ones that are kind of sponsoring the event. Yes. But we have a lot of other help from other churches in the community and other businesses and communities and schools and things like that help us.
Yes, and there are lots of things that we need volunteers for. Yes. And at the camp, like we've said, that you can choose pretty much what you want to help in, whether you want to choose in the classroom or whether you want to be in registration, or there's room for a nurse every day.
Yes, and we really need a nurse. They have to have a nurse every day.
So if you're a nurse out there and you want to volunteer for WindShape Camp, we truly need you.
And if we have 2 or 3, that would be even better.
Yeah, that would be. And then also, I know, like when the counselors come in, there's a party for the counselors before camp starts, but we also do their laundry. And there's lots of laundry to be done.
Lots of sweaty T-shirts and shorts.
Yes, yes, that's right. And so if anybody wants to help with laundry, they can also let Beth know about that too.
And it's really neat because, you know, the counselors are part of their summer staff or their permanent staff. They have, you know, rotating, but most of their summer staff are college students that have been already, they have been going through a rigorous interview process with WinShape, and they recruit from over 100 universities in the country, over 30 states, you know, and these kids are willing to give up their summers, you know, their college fun summers to come and kind of go around the country with WinShape and be with and invest in the lives of these children, you know, and that just gives me chills just thinking about it, you know, because it's just such a important thing for both of them, for the counselors, you know, to grow in their faith by seeing others grow in their faith. And so that's such a, and we need a ton of volunteers too. I mean, we need 100 volunteers, I think is what it's a minimum to be able to.
And so these counselors are very excited. They really carry the camp as far as like leading.
And their level of energy has to be on top all the time, you know, and with all the kids. And really.
So they lead it, and the volunteers just come around and support. Like they will be the leaders in those classes and those kinds of things, but they need an assistant. And so we're going to be there to assist.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay. I know that your children are about to go to WinShape Camp.
They are. One of them is. So he is very excited.
Yes. And so you said that it keeps him up at night. He's so excited.
Yeah, he's like, I can't go to sleep. I can't wait for WinShape. And I'm like, well, we have a couple of months to go. I need you to go to sleep. We got to finish school first.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, we have always had some sort of, you know, scheduling problem with the camp. We were out of town for some family event or something like that, and it always landed right during that week. And this year we were able to block it off, and he is very excited. So he will be in 5th grade next year. And he is very, very excited. So.
And next year we'll talk about his experience.
Yes, we will.
Okay.
I'm sure I'll have plenty of stories.
All right, but you do have some stories that you brought, some memorable stories.
Yes,
I brought some of those.
I brought a couple of testimonials from parents and from kids, which I thought is a nice view of both. So, I'll say the parent one first. So. This one's from a parent named Catherine, and she says, we specifically chose WinShape because of its reputation from friends, its commitment to sharing the love and truth of Jesus Christ to our children, and because we knew the Cathy family has a reputation of excellence with everything they do. We send our children back every year for several reasons. They beg us to go. Number one, we see growth in many areas of their lives, and namely in their relationship with God and their opportunities to be independent and build confidence, and it is a great value for the caliber of camp experience they receive. The summer staff is so amazing and top-notch. So that's wonderful. Another parent review says, your kids will love it, and you'll love the way they love it. They get to be kids like we were kids, playing outside most of the day, games without electricity, and get to hang with friends while becoming closer to Christ. Our twin boys come back from camp with a different outlook and a kinder heart. I love that, because with boys, I mean, I have boys, so I know how it is. And then this one, WinShape is the best part of summer for my girls. They have made friends and campers and counselors that they keep up all year long and renew each summer at camp. The experiences they have while at camp help build them into the girls they are today and will become. WinShape teaches them things about themselves that I cannot teach, but through others at camp, they discover more about themselves.
Wow.
So I thought that was good. And then a few from kids. This is Jack. He's 11 years old. I will tell any kid that WinShape is better than Disney.
Oh,
I thought that was huge.
Yes, that
is huge. Anne is 12, and she says, WinShape is honestly the best part of my year. And Mary is 10. My counselor was the highlight of camp for me.
Yes.
So that's really neat. Another Jack is 11. The skills give me a chance to do different things that I normally would do at home. WinShape counselors are the most godly, Christ-following people I know. That was Rebecca, and she was 17.
Yes.
And then this one, her name is Shay. He's 12. I enjoyed my first year so much that I convinced 2 of my friends to come with me the next year.
Wow.
So I thought that's a really neat,
is.
to just kind of move it forward. And but it's great to hear parents, the parents, because as a parent, I want to know what's going to happen, you know, what they're going to think, why they chose that. And then as a kid, you know, it's just the fun, the memories and friends, and, you know, and they do learn about, you know, they do see Christ, and they do learn about God, and that's huge.
Yes.
You know, so.
And I think that's interesting that they were, one of them said that it's better than Disney.
Yes.
Because WinShape went to Disney to find out how to engage the children with all of their senses.
Yeah.
You know, what they're seeing, what they see, and what they smell, and what they taste, and what they hear, and what they feel. And so it sounds like WinShape may have taken it to a higher level. So Disney must be really good teachers as well.
Yeah, well, they have a lot. They have a reason why they do things there. So,
okay, tell us how we're marketing WinShape right now.
Okay, well, WinShape, LaGrange WinShape Camp for Communities has its own Facebook page, so that's a lot of pictures and information are on the page. Chick-fil-A, of course, is promoting it on their restaurants and through their websites and Facebook and Instagram and things like that. The churches all have posters, information at all the churches to give away. We have flyers and things like that. So the information is everywhere. Our sponsors have you know, flyers and posters at their businesses as well. So, so it's out there.
Yes,
it's out
good.
There. Yeah.
Yes, and if you're a church and you don't have the posters and you don't have the flyers, get in touch with Beth at First Baptist Church, because we truly want that information out there.
Yes, we want everybody to know about it.
Yes. And so, what are some of the things you're doing at Chick-fil-A to promote it? Are you having some special nights or?
Well, we usually do. We have some sort of special kids night and things like that, family nights as it gets closer to camp. And we have, like I said, we have the posters. We have on our windows, we have window clings with the information printed on it. We have flyers on all our counters for people to take, and they can, and all of our staff and team members know about WinShape. So if there are any questions ever, they can tell them, you know, go to this website, this is how much it costs, this is who can go. You know, they know the basic information so that they can inform everybody about it. So.
Okay, very good. And so let's give that website address again.
Yes, it's winshape.org.
Okay.
So it's
that's pretty easy.
It's pretty simple, yeah.
Yes, and and I've gone to it and I've signed up and registered, and so I know if I can do that, you can do that. So we would just like to encourage you to enroll your children in WinShape Camp. And we'd also encourage you, if you are 16 years old and older, to sign up to volunteer, because we truly need you. Thank you for watching You Make the Difference, and remember, you truly do.